Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and this is going to be probably one of the biggest videos that I've done on the channel so far. And what I mean by that is this is going to be the culmination, the final part of my entire CD collection. I know it's been a while since I've done one. I've just been busy doing other things, and I haven't really had time to do it, really. And I've got 4 stacks of CDs here. Now, let me preface this by saying that these are not going to be in order. They're all mixed up just because of, well, for those, I know I've had a few new subscribers since the last time I did my collection. So I'm just going to reiterate the fact that I did get a new bedroom suite, so all my CDs kind of got mixed up when I was moving them around. And I was just too lazy to go back and reorganize them. So they're not like you may see a couple of albums from one band and then you may see another album from them later on down the road. So just be aware of that. These are not going to be in any order. But yeah, as I said, I've got 4 stacks here, and I'm going to save my classic and grunge stuff for last, since this is the most recent pile that I've gotten. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we have Breaking Benjamin, Ember, their latest album. It's a good album. It's not my favorite by the band by any means, but out of the 10 songs off this album, I actually like 5 of them, which are Feed the Wolf, Psycho, The Dark of You, Torn in Two. Hold on, wait, did I miss one? Hold on, let me say that again. I like Feed the Wolf, Tourniquet, Psycho, The Dark of You, Down, and Torn in Two. Okay, I like 6. I like 6. Next, we have 10 Years, How to Live as Ghosts. This is also their latest album. And yeah, this is a signed copy. That's because I pre-ordered this, and one of the bundles was that you could get a signed copy of the album, which I did. I haven't really given this band a fair chance. I do have another 10 Years album in this pile somewhere, and I've been trying to get into them lately. I really like this album a lot. So, yeah, this is 10 Years, How to Live as Ghosts. Next, this is a Christian rock band. I don't know if these guys are even around anymore. And I think this is the only album that they've ever had. The band is called 21, and the album is called Inside Out. Now, for an unknown band, this is a really good album for a lot of reasons. Yes, it is your standard Christian rock and probably something that could easily be found on the radio. But there are a lot of gems on this album, such as Say It Again, Alive, Wasn't Enough, All I Want, just to name a few. Next, we have Like a Storm, their latest album, Catacombs. Now, I gotta be honest, haven't listened to this album in full yet, but I do like Complicated, Stitches and Scars, The Devil Inside, and Catacombs. Once again, this is another band that I'm trying to give a chance to. And I know that they've been on the rise lately with a lot of good tours and stuff. So, yeah, I expect big things from these guys. And I've liked what I've heard so far. Like I said, I haven't listened to the album in full, but I definitely plan on doing that in the future. Anyways, Like a Storm, Catacombs. Next, we have one of my, what I like to call one of my regret purchases, and that's the new Under Oath album, Erase Me. Now, I've never been the biggest Under Oath fan to begin with. This is the only album that I have by them. But, they've really soured on me, especially with their whole stance on Christianity now. So, Yeah, I mean, there are some good songs on here, like Rapture, On My Teeth. This album's honestly forgettable, and I regret ever buying it. So, but yeah, Under Oath, Erase Me. Not worth it. And next, we have another not that well known Christian band called Fades Away, and the album is called Perceptions. Like, I don't even remember how I stumbled onto this band. I think I was just searching for Christian rock bands on YouTube, and I stumbled upon this band. Never heard of them before, and I think that this is their second album, actually. Yeah, this has really good stuff. It's got the right amount of heaviness, but it's also got its soft side as well. But definitely check out songs like The Remnant, Right Now We'll Stand, Never Say Never, and Broken Empire, just to name a few. But yeah, that Fades Away with Perceptions. Next, we have yet another Christian. Well, actually, I don't know if you consider these guys Christian rock or Christian metal, but it's the band Emery. I know it's kind of hard to see, and the album's called We Do What We Want. Really, really good stuff. Emery, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated Christian bands out there. And the thing is, they've been around since the mid 2000s, and I don't see a lot of people talking about this band. But definitely check out songs like The Shovel Glass, The Curse of Perfect Days, I'm Not Here for Rage, I'm Here for Revenge, and Addicted to Bad Decisions. These are all really great songs from Emery. Yeah, oh yeah, I guess I should have mentioned I'll be giving a little review of each album as I go. I forgot to mention that. Next, we have Demon Hunter, Storm the Gates of Hell, and I do believe, yeah, this is the deluxe edition, which is pretty cool. This is one of my favorite Demon Hunter albums, and it has a lot of my favorite songs, such as Carry Me Down. I mean, that's a classic no matter, like, I remember the first time I heard Carry Me Down. It was back when MTV actually used to play music. I know that that's a pipe dream now. But they used to have a show called Headbangers Ball that used to come on real late at night. And I was not into heavy stuff back then. But I remember seeing this Carry Me Down song by the band Demon Hunter. And I remember hearing it and I'm thinking, well, this isn't heavy. I thought Headbangers Ball was about heavy music, like heavy metal and stuff. So the fact that they featured that song in particular was kind of my my introduction to Demon Hunter. And when I found out that these guys were actually a Christian metalcore band, whatever, it blew me away because I didn't know that Christian metal or that Christian rock even existed back then. Shows how far I've come. Excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words. But yeah, great album, Storm the Gates of Hell, great Demon Hunter stuff. And now we come to an album that I know is going to get me a lot of crap. And in fact, this is another one of my regret purchases. I haven't even listened to this. I just bought it kind of on a whim. And that's, please don't hate me, guys, Black Veil Brides. Now, I can't tell you a darn thing about this album. I really can't. I haven't listened to a single track. I do kind of like Black Veil Bride's newer stuff, but I know you're thinking, well, why did you get the album if you haven't listened to it? Well, I just wanted to give them a chance and to see if they're as bad as people say that they are. I personally don't think that Black Veil Brides is all that terrible, but I gotta be honest, I don't know, Black Veil Brides. Okay, next we have another really underrated Christian band that deserves a lot of attention. It's the band Spoken, and the album is A Moment of Imperfect Clarity. This is their debut album from back in, where is it? Oh yeah, from 2003. So this album's been out for a long time. Really, really great stuff. I don't know what subgenre you consider these guys. I consider them just plain old Christian rock, but this is probably the softest album that they have. Because as the years progressed, Spoken got heavier and heavier. But yeah, if you want to check this out, definitely check out the songs A Breath in the Fog, Falling Further, Sleep Well Tonight, A World Away. All great, fantastic songs by Spoken. Okay, next we have Sick Puppies with the album Fury. I actually like this, and I think this is the first Sick Puppies album without their original lead singer. I think he got kicked out of the band for bad behavior or something like that. But I really like what this album holds. I like what the lead singer is able to bring to the table as a replacement. But yeah, definitely check out songs like Stick to Your Guns, Earth to You, Walls, You Changed, If I Stay. If I Stay is my favorite song off of this album. Really great stuff, and they have a really hot bass player, I must say. That's not the reason I bought this, by the way. I didn't. That was just an added bonus. Next, we have a band that is hit or miss for me. It's the band Sevendust with their album Kill the Flaw. Now, the reason I say hit or miss is because I'm not the biggest Sevendust fan. I just, they're kind of like every other band. I just wanted to see if I could get into them more. And certain albums I can, like albums like Cold Day Memory and Blackout the Sun. Those are my two favorite Sevendust albums of all time. This album, Kill the Flaw, has its moments like Death Dance and my favorite song, Letters, Cease and Desist. I like Silly Beast. It has its moments, but it's not my favorite. But it's still a pretty good album. Okay, now this one doesn't have the booklet for it, so you're just going to see the CD. In fact, let me just kind of straighten it up so you can see what it's called. This is yet another Christian rock band that has broken up. They're called Sent by Ravens, and the album is called, what is it called? Oh, yeah, Mean What You Say. Definitely some good stuff on here. I can't really tell you much about this band because I haven't heard a lot of stuff from them. I think they have 2 or 3 albums, and I think this is the last album they released before they broke up. But definitely check out the songs Listen, Mean What You Say, We're All Liars. There's some good stuff on here. Okay, next we have a band that is actually from my home state. For those of you who don't know, I live in Alabama, and these guys are based out of Birmingham. Another Christian rock band. Hey, I am a Christian. I do have a lot of Christian rock music, but that's not all I limit myself to, obviously. Anyway, it's the band Nine Lashes with their second album, From Water to War. Now, I actually got this album a week before it was supposed to come out. Apparently, Lifeway, that Christian bookstore, messed up, and they put the new albums out a week before they were supposed to go up. So I got this album I started to say for free. I wish, but I got this album a week ahead of time, and it's really good. Songs like Never Back Down, Break the World, Lights We Burn, In the Dark. There's some good stuff on here. It's not a perfect album, but yeah, it's definitely good stuff. Excuse me 1 second, guys. My throat is starting to get dry. Always have a coaster. Sorry about that. Next, we have a band that I'm not really into them, and this album is actually really dirty. I think I spilled something on it. Oh well. It's My Chemical Romance with the Black Parade. I did want to give these guys a chance, and the only songs that I like off of this album are Welcome to the Black Parade, Teenagers, and Famous Last Words, basically all the singles. It's just not my cup of tea. They never have been. So, yeah. Okay, next we have Nothing More with their self-titled album that came out a couple of years ago. And I gotta be honest, the only reason that I bought this album was because of the song Jenny, which is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. I would go as far as to say that. Definitely in my top 100, maybe even top 50 songs of all time. But yeah, Nothing More, their debut album. I mean, not their debut album, but their self-titled album, I mean. Okay, next we have, I'll do this one first. We have The Letter Black, Hanging On by a Thread. Sorry guys, I haven't seen some of these albums in so long, I forget what the titles are. This is another Christian rock band. They're really good. I think they're another very underrated band. Definitely check out songs like Hanging On by a Thread, Believe, More to This, My Disease, all really good stuff. And next, I also have the album that came after that one, The Letter Black, Rebuild. Definitely some good stuff on this album. Like Painkiller, Smothering Walls, Shattered. Again, The Letter Black is another really underrated Christian rock band, in my opinion. Okay, next we have a band called Issues, and the album's called Headspace. Now, these guys kind of fell off for me. I was into them a couple of years ago, but yeah, I don't really listen to them much anymore. I do like songs like Coma and The Realist and Made to Last. These are just a couple of songs from this album that I think are pretty good. But overall, they just kind of fell off for me. Okay, this is another one that doesn't have its booklet, and it's got another stain on it. Man, I really don't take care of my stuff, do I? Anyway, it's another Issues album, and this album is self-titled. This is the album that came before The Realist. I like this one a lot better. My favorite song off of this album is the very first song called Sad Ghost. Really, really great song. It has everything you could want. It has your heaviness. It has your softness. It has crunching instrumentation. Definitely a really great song. Okay. This is a Christian contemporary band that I'm kind of into. It's For King and Country. The album's called Crave. I have seen these guys live at the Christian concert called Winter Jam that comes to my city every year. I do like some of what they have to offer. They're not my favorite, but if you have the opportunity to try something new and go see these guys live, they actually do put on a really good show. And last, for the very first stack, I'm 19 minutes in and I'm only on the first stack. This is a band called Failure Anthem, and the album is called First World Problems. This is another band, this is kind of a one-hit wonder type band. I do believe that this is the only album that they have, and it came out back in 2016. Yeah, I don't really have much to say, but yeah, Failure Anthem, First World Problems, it's alright. Now onto the second stack, and this is already This is an album and a band that I'm going to get a lot of crap for, and I really don't care. I do like these guys. Simple Plan. Get Your Heart On. You guys can say what you want. I do like Simple Plan, and I like Nickelback, so yeah, I really don't care. Now, don't get me wrong. Is this the greatest Simple Plan album of all time? No. But I do like songs like Anywhere Else But Here, You Suck at Love, Loser of the Year, and this song Saved My Life. I don't care what anyone says. That's one of the best Simple Plan songs of all time. This song saved my life. It's good stuff. I don't care what you guys think. Right. Okay, next we have Shinedown, Amaryllis. This is a really good album for any Shinedown fan. My favorites off of this are Bully, Enemies, I'll Follow You, and My Name, Wearing Me Out. So there you go. Shinedown, Amaryllis. Next we have a band that I don't know if they're still around or not. Very underrated band called Seasons After with Calamity, Scars, and Memoirs. I don't know if these guys are metalcore or rock, but there's some good stuff from these guys. Stuff like Break to Survive, Weathered and Worn, My Last Words, just to name a few. Good stuff. Next we have probably my favorite album by these guys, Rise Against with The Black Market. I've seen this album get a lot of hate, and I really don't understand the hate for it. This is probably low-key my favorite Rise Against album. Songs like Tragedy Plus Time, The Black Market, Sudden Life, A Beautiful Indifference. There's a lot of great songs off of here. Okay. Next we have, let's see, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Am I the Enemy? Some good stuff. Yeah. I don't know, are these guys Christian or not? Because I honestly don't know anymore. They seem to be by some of the lyrics from this band. But there's some good stuff off of this album. Okay, next we have POD, The Awakening. Pretty good standard Christian rock. I know they incorporate some rap elements as well. But this is not my favorite. In fact, I'm not that big of a POD. Excuse me. I'm not that big of a POD fan. And I do like the song, the single, This Goes Out to You. It's kind of standard, but it's pretty good for what it is. And next we have another Christian rock band, Pillar with The Reckoning. This has another one of my all-time favorite songs, and it's the song Angel in Disguise. That one will tug at your heartstrings, guys. It really will. Definitely a beautifully sad song, but also very great. Very great. If you check out anything from this album, definitely check out Angel in Disguise. I don't think you guys will regret it. Next we have Ice Nine Kills, The Silver Scream. Great, great album. This was actually my favorite album of 2018. And for those of you who don't know, this album is based off of famous Halloween movies. Stuff like Friday the 13th, Halloween, Jaws, Saw, the Saw movies, and even Stephen King's It. Yeah, really, really great stuff. I cannot recommend this album enough. Next, we have Disturbed Evolution. This is the deluxe edition of their new album that also came out last year. I don't really understand the hate for this album. I mean, sure, it's not as heavy as previous Disturbed albums, but I don't think it's a bad album at all. A lot of people complain because half of the songs are ballads and half of the songs are heavy. Well, kind of heavy. But I think it was a good change. Now, you guys know I rant about how bands change over the years, and sometimes I don't like it. But if this is the route that Disturbed is going to go on, I'm honestly all for it. So I think David Draymond not only has a great harsh vocal range, but I think his regular singing is just as good. So, yeah. Next, we have Fit for a King with their latest album, Dark Skies. I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for this one, too. But you guys got to understand something. I'm just now getting into some of these bands, like Fit for a King, where you guys have been listening to them and getting off of their bandwagon over the years. I'm just now discovering these guys. So, I think this is a really good metalcore album, especially songs like Engraved, The Price of Agony, When Everything Means Nothing. The song When Everything Means Nothing, no pun intended, means a lot to me. And it's definitely gotten me through some tough times. And you can't go wrong with music like that. Okay, next we have one of my favorite albums of all time, I would say. And I'm actually representing them right now. The band As It Is, their latest album that came out last year. And this is the only album that I gave a 10 out of 10 to last year, The Great Depression. I cannot tell you how much this album means to me. It's broken into the four main parts that people go through when they're depressed. Stage 1, denial. Stage 2, anger. Stage 3, bargaining. And Stage 4, acceptance. Really good stuff. Even if pop rock isn't your thing, or pop punk or whatever, I think these guys are pop punk. I mean, awesome artwork. Look at that. I love that. This is great stuff. I can't reiterate that. Check out songs like The Handwritten Letter, The Truth I'll Never Tell, The End, The Two Tongues, Screaming Salvation. These are all great songs. They'll definitely mess with your mind. But then again, that's the point. Next, we have All That Remains, Victim of the New Disease. This is the album that also came out last year. One of my favorite albums of last year as well. It's a shame what happened to Ollie Herbert, and I want to know what you guys have to say about that. Do you think he really did drown mysteriously, or did his wife have something to do with that? Because out of all the news stories I've heard, I think something's up there. I really do. Okay, next we have Silent Planet with their latest album, When the End Began. I really like these guys. Yeah, definitely some good stuff on here. I mean, I just can't. It's like reading an encyclopedia mixed with poetry. That's how I describe these guys. These guys are, I think they're metalcore. I'm not sure, but you guys are gonna have to have an encyclopedia handy when you when you listen to these guys. The stuff that they come up with as far as lyrics go. Now, you may have your own taste musically when listening to this, but lyrically, this is fantastic stuff. Really good. Okay. Next we have Papa Roach with The Connection. This is probably my favorite Papa Roach album of all time, if I'm being honest. It has some of my favorites, like Still Swingin', Where Did the Angels Go, Leader of the Broken Hearts, and Not That Beautiful. Yeah. Here comes another one of my regret purchases. It's the band Devour the Day with their latest album, Signals. This album is... I don't like this album. Again, you're probably asking, well, why did you get it if you don't like it? Well, I heard their single, The Censor, and it sounded promising, so I wanted to support these guys and, give them a chance. And this album was really disappointing to me. That's all I can say. Now we go from an album that was very disappointing to an album that was not disappointing at all. And that's Beartooth with their latest album, Disease. This is another album that will mess with your mind, kind of like the Great Depression from As It Is. This album is very well constructed. It's dealing with like the lead singer, Caleb Shomo. I think that's how his name is pronounced. He's been battling with depression most of his life, and this album really kind of digs into how he feels on a daily basis, or almost all the time. So, yeah, really, really good stuff. Okay. Next we have Hands Like Houses with this is an older album called Unimagine. Another really good stuff. That doesn't even make sense. Another really good album. Songs like Developments, Introduced Species, Wait, Wisteria. These guys are from Australia. Definitely another underrated band. Next we have Godsmack with their latest album, When Legends Rise. This is the only Godsmack album that I have, and I like it for what it is. I know people get tired of the song Bulletproof, but that's ironically my favorite song on the album, so yeah. Next we have 10 Years, Feeding the Wolves. This is... I don't know if this is the deluxe edition or not. I don't know. I think it is the deluxe edition. But yeah, there you go. Next we have State Champs with their latest album, Living Proof. Comes in a slipcover like that. Another good pop punk album. So yeah. And last in this stack is a band that I just recently found called Sky Harbor, and the album is called Sunshine Dust. This is a trip. This album will take you on a journey. That's all I'll say. Okay. Here's my third stack. This one isn't as big as the others. Next we have Slaves with Beautiful Death. This is some good stuff on this album. Definitely different than what people might be used to. I did hear that the lead singer just got kicked out of this band for like behavior issues or stuff like that, which really sucks because this guy had an amazing voice. His name is Johnny Craig. It sucks, but hey. Next we have more Silent Planet with the album Everything Was Sound. I'm going to go through these quicker now because my voice is starting to give out from talking so much. Next we have more Silent Planet with the album The Night God Slept. Really good stuff. All of Silent Planet's albums are really good. Next we have Escape the Fate, I Am Human. I got this for 2 songs, Broken Heart and the title track, I Am Human. Yeah. Next we have Shinedown, Attention Attention, Wage War, Dead Weight, really great album. Vertical Horizon, Echoes from the Underground. Three Days Grace, self-titled. Switchfoot, Vice Versa. Skillet, Unleashed. Yes, I do have this album. Do I like it? No, not really. Definitely Skillet's worst album that they've put out. Then Skillet, Rise. This is their last good album, in my opinion. Okay, now we're on to my last stack, and this is going to be my classic rock slash grunge stack, mixed with, I'll go ahead and do these first. These are modern. Killswitch Engage with their self-titled album from 2009, and Killswitch Engage with the deluxe edition of The End of Heartache. Okay, let's start off. We have Megadeth, Countdown to Extinction. Megadeth, Peace Sells But Who's Buying? Nirvana, Bleach. Stone Temple Pilots, Purple. Really, really great album. Metallica, The Black Album. Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. Iron Maiden, Power Slave. Stone Temple Pilots, Core. Metallica and Justice for All. Alice in Chains, Facelift. Alice in Chains, Dirt. Alice in Chains, self-titled. Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. Metallica, Master of Puppets. Metallica, Ride the Lightning. Megadeth, Rust in Peace. And last but not least, Nirvana, In Utero. Whew, I had a lot more CDs than I really thought I did. But yeah, guys, that is going to conclude part 4 and my final part of my entire CD collection. This is the longest video that I've ever done for YouTube. And I really hope to God that I don't have to go back and redo this. I hope this isn't too long for everybody. I know I rambled through a lot of the albums. So hopefully you can just sit back, relax, get you a soda and some popcorn, and just enjoy this for what it is. Yeah, guys, what did you think of my CD collection? Also, if you want to check out parts 1, 2, and 3, please go back on my channel and look for those. They shouldn't be too far behind. But yeah, what did you guys think of my collection, and what do you guys think I should add next to the collection? As always, guys, leave a comment down below, tell your friends about me, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.